All right, let's talk about negotiation. But for this one, our guide isn't some modern CEO or a famous psychologist. No, we're going back, way back. Our guide is a philosopher who died over 2,000 years ago, and trust me, his advice is more powerful now than ever.
I mean, it's the big question, right? We all face it. Whether you're trying to close a massive business deal, asking for a raise, or hey, even just deciding where to get dinner. We all want to be more persuasive. So how do you actually get it done?
Well, the answer might actually surprise you. It's not some trendy new sales hack or a complicated psychological trick. The real key? It's to think about Aristotle. And yes, I mean that, Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, and his ideas are about to become your secret weapon.
And here's why this is so incredibly cool. You know, technology, culture, the world, it all changes. But the basic wiring of human persuasion, that stuff doesn't change. The very same tools he identified that worked in the ancient marketplaces of Athens, they work today in boardrooms, on social media, and in literally every negotiation you will ever have.
So here's our game plan. We're going to break down Aristotle's 4 essential tools for persuasion. We've got logos, pathos, ethos, and then the secret ingredient, kairos. Let's dive right in.
So, what is this big, ancient secret? Well, it's not a single magic phrase. It's more like a complete persuasion toolkit. See, Aristotle figured out that to truly convince someone, you need to appeal to their head, their heart, and their sense of trust. And you have to do it all at exactly the right time.
And these are the 4 master tools. You've got logos, that's your argument. Pathos, that's your connection. Ethos, that's your credibility. And that final piece of the puzzle, kairos, is all about your timing. You master these 4, and you can master any conversation. So let's kick things off with logos.
Okay, first up is logos. Think of this as the solid bedrock of any strong argument. This is all about appealing to the other person's sense of pure reason.
Logos is basically the why behind whatever you're proposing. You're building a case that's so well structured, so coherent, that it just feels totally irrational for the other person to disagree. It is the absolute foundation of your argument.
So how do you actually use it? Simple. You swap out any vague claims for cold, hard evidence. Instead of just saying, oh, our solution is better, you say, our solution reduces operational costs by 15%. And here's the data that proves it. See the difference? You're not just sharing an opinion anymore. You're presenting a reality.
But let's be real, a perfectly logical argument isn't always enough, is it? Because we're not just logic machines, we're humans, we're driven by feelings, and that's exactly where the second tool, pathos, comes into play.
Pathos is all about creating a genuine human connection. It's the art of making the other person actually feel the importance of what you're saying. Because let's face it, most big decisions are made on emotion first and then justified with logic later.
And listen, this is not about manipulation. Not at all. It's about authentic connection. A really compelling story about how you helped another customer, or even just a moment of sharing a genuine laugh, that can change the entire dynamic of a room. It builds the rapport you need to get to a great agreement.
Okay, so you've got your airtight logic, you've made an emotional connection, but none of that really matters if the person across the table doesn't trust you. And this brings us to the third crucial tool, ethos.
Ethos is at its core all about trust. It's your character, your expertise, the reputation you carry with you into that room. Without it, your brilliant logic might just sound suspicious, and your heartfelt emotional appeals could feel totally fake.
Think about it this way. Long before you even open your mouth, your reputation is already speaking for you. Is it one of honesty, of expertise? Building and protecting that trust is absolutely essential, because without it, even the most perfect arguments can just fall completely flat.
Okay, so we have logic, emotion, and credibility. We're almost there. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, and it's honestly the one people forget about most often. It's called kairos, and it is all about the perfect moment.
Kairos is the art of strategic timing. It's that instinct of knowing when to present your strongest piece of data, when to share that compelling story, or, and this is a big one, knowing when to just be silent and let the other person talk. It's the difference between a point that lands with incredible impact and one that gets completely ignored.
You know, every negotiation has a certain flow, a kind of rhythm to it. Kairos is about sensing that critical window of opportunity within that flow, that one perfect moment where your key message will have the maximum possible impact and completely shift the conversation in your favor.
And that's the whole toolkit: logic, emotion, credibility, and timing. These four elements, when they're all working together, become the engine of persuasion. Now let's quickly recap how you can put them into practice.
So let's just bring it all home. Your logos, that gives you the undeniable facts for a clear advantage. Your pathos, that builds the emotional bridge that helps you close the deal. Your ethos, that's the foundation of trust that makes them actually want to say yes to you. And finally, your kairos, that makes sure you make your big move at the one moment it will be the most effective.
So the key takeaway here is simple, but it's really profound. The next time you walk into any situation where you need to persuade somebody, any situation at all, just think of Aristotle. This ancient framework is your modern secret weapon.
And that brings me to one final thought for you. As you look at these four tools, logos, pathos, ethos, and kairos, which one comes most naturally to you? Are you a master of data? A natural storyteller? Are you the person that everyone just instantly trusts? Or do you have that uncanny sense of timing? Figuring out your own hidden strength, that's the first real step to becoming a master persuader.